Okay, today I'm going to teach you how to make a simple Sunburst granny square. You're going to need a crochet hook of your choice, some scissors, and a yarn needle, as well as, you guessed it, yarn. Go ahead and screenshot this little graphic I made you for later. I promise it will really come in handy. You're going to start with a magic circle by wrapping it twice around your fingers and then going under the first yarn, over the second yarn, and pulling up a loop, and then chaining one. Now, real quick, before you go any further, don't look at the cat, look at me, not her. She won't leave, so we just got to deal with her, but I need you to pay attention. And the next thing we're going to do is 8 single crochets into that magic circle. Take them one at a time. Make sure you have exactly 8 on there before slip stitching your first stitch to your last. And I like to pull my magic circle tight once I have the hook through both of those stitches. It just keeps everything nice and tight, you know? So now you're going to chain 2, double crochet once again into that same stitch, and then in the next stitch and the rest of them all around your round, I guess, you're going to want to do 2 double crochets per stitch. So when you come around to the other side, you're going to end up with 16 double crochets total. Now that you're done, slip stitch your first to your last, the top of that chain 2, and pull that loop up because you are actually going to tie off this yarn and start with your second color. You should have a nice round center of your flower here, and now it's time to work on the petals. To join your next color, create a slip knot, put it onto your hook, and then slip stitch your slip knot to the work. On any old stitch, it doesn't have to be any particular one. Chain 2, yarn over, insert into that same stitch, pull up a loop, pull through 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, insert into that same stitch, pull up, and then pull through 2 loops on your hook. And then once you have 3, you're going to pull through all 3 loops on your hook. Chain 1, and then for the next one, yarn over, insert into the next stitch, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, insert into the next stitch, pull through 2 loops. You're going to do this until there are 4 loops on your hook. So see that? 1, 2, 3, 4. And now you can pull through all of them and then chain 1 again. This is called a cluster stitch, and you will do this all the way around, and I'll meet you back at the beginning. Alrighty, once you finished your last cluster stitch, you're going to go ahead and chain 1 and then slip stitch to the top of the chain 2 from the beginning of the row, pull up, and go ahead and tie off this yarn color 2. Now you're going to start on yarn color number 3. First, a little cat intermission, if you will, because she wouldn't give me my granny square. She just told me to go F myself and that she would take care of the rest of the crochet. Unfortunately, she doesn't have thumbs, so we're going to keep going. Slip stitch in your new color and then chain 2 once again. Now we're just going to make a slightly bigger cluster stitch. So you're going to do the yarn over, insert into a loop, pull up, pull through 2, but you're going to do it one more time than previous. So on that first stitch with the chain, you're going to have 4 loops on your hook, and then you're going to pull through all of them and chain 2 instead of 1. And on the second stitch, you are going to do it until you have 5 loops in your hook, and then you're going to go ahead and pull through all of them and chain 2. Continue that all the way around. You can make the petals the same size as the previous row, but I think that this just adds a little bit more texture and dimension to your work. I'm just fucking with you. I think it looks better. I'm not gonna lie to you. I can't make it more complicated than that, but I will meet you back around at the beginning of the row where we started. And once you finish up that last stitch, go ahead and pull through all of the loops, chain 2, and then slip stitch to the top of your chain 2 from the beginning of the row. Pull up that color, cut it off, because we're starting with color number 4, baby. So this is where the square part of the granny square comes into. We are going to do different types of stitches in each of these chain spaces, and it is going to create the square pattern. Now you can follow along with me, or you can use your handy dandy screenshot I provided at the beginning of the video. But let's get started. Did I just say video? Oh my dear God. Go ahead and slip stitch in your new color, chain 2, and then you're going to do 2 more half double crochets into this same chain space. So you're doing 1 and 2, and on this one and all the way around, you're going to have 1, 2, 3 stitches in that one chain space. So for the second one, we're doing double crochets. 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, and you guessed it, 3 double crochets. After the double crochets are done, the next one we're doing is triple crochet. So you always yarn over twice, pull up a loop, pull through 2 loops on the hook, pull through 2 loops again, and pull through 2 loops again 3 times. And that's a triple crochet. And you're going to do 3 of those and then chain 3. And then in that same chain space, you're going to do 3 more triple crochets. That's right. You're making a corner. We're essentially turning a circle into a square. So to do that, the corners have to be the tallest part, and then it has to have a flat edge, which is created by making the shortest bit in the center of the edge, which would be those half double crochets. So I'll do one more side with you just to make sure we've got it. In the next chain space, you're going to do 3 double crochets, and in the one after that, 3 half double crochets. And then after that, we have 3 double crochets again, because we're evening it out, right? And then you will do the corner. So that's 3 triple crochets, 3 chains, 3 more triple crochets in the same chain space. And when you're done, if you aligned with these instructions, it's going to look like this, like one side of a square. Awesome. So now just do the same thing all the way around that circle, make your 2 other corners, and I will meet you back where we started, which is of course the last 3 double crochets before we slip stitch into that top of the chain that we made at the beginning of the row. All right, cut off your yarn and don't forget to weave in your ends. Weave in your ends, guys. Don't just tie them off. I know half of you are tying them off. Once you're done with that, you are done with your little starburst, sunburst, whatever the fuck I called it at the beginning, granny square. And if it looks a little rounded, it will look nice and sharp after it's blocked, just like this one that I did yesterday. I hope you guys enjoyed and it helped, and bye!